Hi, I'm Rich Wyatt. Welcome to Gunsmoke Guns TV.com. Welcome, guys, to Gunsmoke Guns TV.com. I'm here with, what's your name?
Robert.
Bob. And we're here today to talk about the best concealed carry gun ever built.
If you consider every factor, Rich, that's exactly right.
That's right.
Okay, there are more accurate guns, there are heavier hitting guns by a larger caliber, but as far as a concealable, effective firearm, this is it.
Is it? Now listen, I've gone back and forth, as I know you have, with a lot of different guns over the years. Heck, you and I have traded some of these back and forth.
Yeah, actually we have.
For an eternity.
True. That's true. Before Colorado law change.
Yeah, in complete compliance. But, and I've carried the little Walther, the 380, which I can't recommend, the 380, because it's not powerful enough.
I've carried the high standard 22 Magnum.
Me too, the
as
Derringer.
a backup, yeah, as a two-shot backup.
I carried it in the wallet when the wallet was legal.
Yeah, jeez.
You know, the wallet, you put it right in there, you pull it out, had a hole in it, you could just shoot right through it. Not powerful enough.
No.
Big mistake, actually, back then.
If you counted on it, it would have been a big mistake.
It would have been. And it's better than a fistful of air.
Yeah, better than a rock.
But this 38 is what I consider the minimum caliber that I would use for self-defense.
You know, and with the modern plus P ammo, which is not that much less powerful than a 357 in the old loading, you're not really giving up that much.
No, not. And with a 2-inch barrel, even if you had a Magnum, you're not going to gain much.
Let me tell you a story, Rich. Back when I was a state game protector in Ohio, game protectors in those days, had a terrible reputation for firearms competency. Okay. And so the law enforcement supervisor of my district decided that every month we have a district meeting, we'd go to the Akron City Police Range and shoot a match. And they had a little traveling trophy that got passed around whoever was the top shooter. And I had a 6-inch barrel competition gun, had a 4-inch barrel Model 15 Smith Wesson carry gun, then I had a little 2-inch barrel off-duty gun that I carried in a neck holster, a belt holster. So I would forget sometimes to bring my 4 or 6-inch barrel gun with me, and I'd have my 2-inch barrel. I had the trophy as much as anybody did. These guns are more accurate than people think they are. It's not a cross-the-table gun. It's an accurate little pistol.
No, this is no belly gun.
Nope.
This is a real live gun. Now, the gun we're talking about today is the Smith & Wesson 637 stainless airweight Wyatt Deep cover, branded with the Gunsmoke logo right on the barrel. Now, what we did was, we took this gun and we modified it. We added some features. Basically, we would take a standard gun, like you'd see here. Looks very similar. We'd bob the hammer, contour the trigger, do a trigger job on the inside, and change the grips. Why do we change the grips? This is called a hip grip. You see how this flange sticks out right here? That's so I can just tuck the gun in my waistband and hook this on my belt or just on my pants.
Or on your boots.
Or on my boot.
A pair of cowboy boots that'll fit on top of those with the pants over it. They're really pretty slick.
Or in my pocket.
Or in your pocket.
Wherever it wants to go. So, the trigger job smooths up the trigger and makes the gun much, much smoother.
It actually reduces the felt trigger point.
Tremendously.
In double action. It's amazing.
The hammer being bobbed off is so when you draw the gun out of an ankle holster, it doesn't get caught on your pant leg and stop you from getting the gun out.
Right.
Then there's some cool stuff where they just polish and flash chrome some parts and make it look fancy. Mm-hmm. Now, one of my favorite parts about this gun is that it says Wyatt Deep cover right there on the gun. Now,
why would you think that was a good idea?
This is my egomaniac side showing of my own name on all these guns. One of the other things that I like is the Gunsmoke logo, which I love.
Right.
Right there on the barrel of each and every gun. Shipped out, and folks, you can buy these anywhere you want to go in the country.
Okay, one thing you haven't mentioned, this is actually a catalog item from Smith & Wesson. Smith & Wesson actually makes this gun just like this, just for you.
From the Smith & Wesson Performance Center.
Right.
And that is their top of the line gun, folks. The best thing going.
Right.
They make this gun because Renee and I went on American Guns and showed them how to do this. And now they are selling them as fast as they can pump them out the gate. Yep. I mean, I don't know how many guns I've carried, and I always go back to this same old J-frame Smith & Wesson revolver.
Well, stop and think about it. Okay, here's a couple. This is an ankle holster. This is how I carry this gun most often. It's an ankle holster because it's no matter how you're dressed, you can carry it like this. Inside the pants holster, a slip-in flap holster that you can tuck in and put it away if you're going someplace where you can't really carry it concealed. It gives you such a versatility, an effective cartridge, a nice, neat little package, and relatively inexpensive.
That's right. And 110% reliable.
Well, and 125% made in the United States.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, look, there are other guns that look just like this, made in foreign countries, and they'll tell you, and some of them are even made here in the United States, which I don't care for. I don't want to mention any names. Charter Arms. The quality control on that gun has, just like Elvis, has left the building.
Well, they're pink. They've got green ones and purple ones.
Yeah, but I'm telling you what, it's not a gun I could count on.
You know, the old school of thought. Okay, I'm a revolver guy. I actually don't own a semi-automatic pistol. I own a semi-automatic rifle, a Ruger 10/22. Everything else is lever action, bolt action, and an M1.
Hold on, you don't have a 1911 pistol?
I don't.
You're off the show.
I'm sorry. It's somewhat. You know, it's like when I was born. I wasn't born in a log cabin, but I moved to one as soon as we could afford it.
Yeah.
So, but you know, I'm a firm believer in a revolver.
I know why you don't have a 1911. I know why you got a revolver. Because Bob, you don't like change.
I don't.
And when that 1911 came out, you said, "I'm not getting one."
I'm a firm believer, Rich. The semi-automatics are a fad.
Yeah, that's just a passing fancy.
The Glocks, all that stuff, they're going to go away. I said that 20-some years ago. It hasn't happened yet. But I like the idea of a revolver because if you have a revolver and you pull a trigger, it goes click. You pull a trigger again, it goes bang.
Right.
Semi-automatic, there's things you got to do to make it go bang again.
That's true. And for the average person, this is a simpler gun to operate and run. Now, some of you will say, well, the capacity's not high enough and I can't reload it. Well, you know what? Let's add up, if we got everybody that's watching this video right now and all the gunfights you've ever been in, how many rounds do you think have been fired?
Yeah, right, exactly. You know what? My granddad used to say, if you can't hit him with one round, you need to practice.
Yeah. And 5, I'm not saying that's enough. But let's try not to get in situations where we need more than that. But this is a good tool. Now, a handgun is not the tool to go to battle with.
No.
Okay, if you're going to go to battle, get a rifle. But if you're going to just protect yourself and your family, this is the way to go. Now, we recommend the speed strip to carry for reloads. Of course, a lot of you are familiar with the speed loader, and these are great. But the problem with them is you got to fit this thing in your pocket, and quite frankly, it's almost the size of carrying another gun.
It is. The idea of the convenience of a flat speed strip in your pocket, there's no doubt about it. But there is a reason why the competition shooters use these instead of this. It's because this is faster to load.
This is slower.
This is slower. It's maybe a little more positive than this because you can drop these.
And
cartridges
lose it all.
fall out and you're behind the 8 ball.
You can reload with this gun quickly. And you know what? Hopefully you'll never have to reload. You're reloading after the action. But I recommend always carrying a reload for any gun you're carrying for self-defense. This fits comfortably in your right front pocket, lays flat, people don't know what's there, and you got it good to go. Now, I know we've had a ton of requests here at GunsmokeGunsTV.com to see how we do the stuff we do inside the gun. And so today, we're going to take you downstairs, and we're going to show you the conversion of this Smith & Wesson into the Wyatt Deep cover package. Are you ready? Here we go. All right, ladies, gather around.
No, you're not talking to me like that.
Gather around, gather around.
Hey, here's that. That's that list.
Okay, got it. All right, guys, I know you haven't done one of these in a while.
It hasn't been a while.
Has it? And the reason is because Smith & Wesson's making them and doing a dandy job and knocking them out like crazy.
You're talking about the Wyatt Deep cover
The
package.
Wyatt Deep cover. And we did tons of them.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to do them like crazy, and now Smith & Wesson's captured the market. So what I want to do is I want to show our audience how we do this. So we need to bob the hammer, contour the trigger, do the trigger job. Okay? All right? And might as well throw a hip grip on there while we're at it. Okay? So,
And do the laser or the SNH.
oh,
Gotta do that, huh?
and put the Gunsmoke on there.
I'll
You
do
know
that.
how temperamental I get when we don't do that, right?
Yeah.
How many times have you guys bring a gun up and go, "Isn't this great?" And I go, "No." Okay, so I figure, Brian, since you won in the competition against Scott with the trigger job,
I did win, didn't I?
you did win.
I love that shotgun too, by the way.
Isn't that nice when you got a gun you won? Why don't we have you do the trigger job, and Ronnie, why don't you contour the trigger and bob the hammer?
Okay.
How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, guys? So who wants to whip it apart?
I'll tear it apart right now.
Okay, get your tools. Let's get this going. Let's get this thing done. Tick tock. You need to have it done in 15 minutes. That's how fast I did it on the show. Come on.
I don't even want to hear about it.
Andale, por favor.
So right now, I've already polished up a few of the important contact points right here, 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 and inside here, and right here. Next, I'm going to polish up a rebound slide right here, and in this face right here. And then hopefully by the time I get all done with that and I come back, I knock out these few last parts, Ronnie will have the hammer bobbed and polished, and then he'll come back and he'll polish and contour the trigger. We'll swap out a few springs and a firing pin from parts that we got from Brownells. We'll put the whole thing together, put the hip grips on, put the Gunsmoke logo on, test fire it, we should be good to go.
All right. So I cut basically the spur off the hammer, and right now I'm gonna polish it up, deburr it, make it all nice and shiny.
So this is the Smith & Wesson Wyatt Deep cover. This is a cataloged item made by the Smith & Wesson Performance Center, available at any good gun shop in the United States. If they don't have it, tell them to get it, because this is one of the best-selling guns on the planet still today. Go out and get yourself one of these. Now, the ones we're making back here, that's one that we did, the original Wyatt Deep cover. But this one is a cataloged item you can get in any good gun shop. Now, people complain about the recoil. Let me show you how this gun works. The first thing I'm going to do is show you how the speed strip works. I drop 2 rounds in, peel the strip back, 2 rounds in, peel the strip back, 1 round, because it's a 5-shot, discard this, I don't need it anymore, and now I'm ready to roll. There it is, 5 shots out of a little Wyatt Deep cover. What a gun. Now people say the recoil is bad. I'm telling you, that's not bad at all. It's very, very comfortable. Let's take a look at the group. Now here's our 5-shot group, okay? And if that, something you can cover with a fist, doesn't get the job done, then you can't do it. This is an accurate gun. That wasn't slow fire. It wasn't super fast. It wasn't Jerry Miculek fast. But that was a rapid fire what you might fire at in self-defense. That's very effective. 2-inch barrel, the Gunsmoke Wyatt Deep cover by Smith & Wesson. What a gun. Everyone in your family should have one.
Ready?
Okay, you guys got it?
I think so.
Got it.
I don't think you made time.
Oh, come on, that was record time.
I don't think so.
I went so fast, I felt like I forgot to do stuff.
You may hold the record for the best job between you and Scott, but I think I hold the speed record here.
All right, I'm willing to let that go.
If you're not, you can certainly throw that shotgun up.
No.
And I'm willing to throw down on a little wager. Okay, great. Everything looks good. The trigger looks good, all contoured. The hammer, professionally bobbed. Look at that. You know, and you know what the cool part is? Here it is, something that we do and design here, and Smith & Wesson's doing it.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
It is cool.
All right.
We did go a little retro though. We went and put on our old school.
The old school hip grip. I get it. I get
We
it.
did.
And we
branding is important.
put the Gunsmoke brand on there. That's why we got the tool. All right, it looks good. Let's get it together and give it a test hop, because the key is if it goes bang, bang, bang,
Bang.
bang. And that's it. The Wyatt Deep cover. A done deal. Like running your fingers through hot butter. Very nice. Hip grip, Gunsmoke logo, contour trigger, bobbed hammer trigger job. I'm telling you, this is the money gun. Guy comes up to take your money, you're sure glad you got this. All right.
It's not money for the other guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, it gets some free room and board at the hospital. It does. Because he's never going to pay that bill. All right. It's now time to go see how she shoots. Let's make a little noise.
Let's do it.
Proof's in the pudding. You think it's going to work, Brian?
Of course it's gonna work.
That's right. I mean, we've done so many of these. You could do them in your sleep, couldn't you?
I pretty much did.
So do we still have to pay
I
you?
woke up and my pillow was
Hold
a
on.
Wyatt cover package.
I don't pay you while you're sleeping. Ready? Works great.
Nice.
Plenty of punch. She's ready to go.
All right.
All in the 10 ring.
Nice shot. Yeah, those were good shots.
Can't beat that. Okay, I guess we go give it to the customer now.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Now, they did a great job. And there's a couple things that we should point out that we probably didn't address to people, but over the years that we've been building this gun, we commissioned a guy to make some stag grips in the hip grip format with approval of the hip grip company.
Right.
And how many did we get, Bob?
4.
4 sets made in the world.
I think it was all we could afford because they were really expensive.
And we only sold 2
That's right.
because we each kept the
Which left
these
2
2 right here.
Yeah.
Now, this is pretty swanky. We wanted to get ivory, but it was too hard to do.
Well, not only that, of course, I don't own a pistol that doesn't have stag grips.
Right.
That's I enjoyed Roy Rogers' television shows when I was a kid. He had guns with stag grips. I decided all my pistols are going to have stag grips. And
But didn't you just earlier say you had revolvers, not pistols?
You're right. Let me rephrase that. I have revolvers. I don't own a revolver that does not have stag grips.
Well, now, this particular one is the Model 37.
Just like this one.
Just like that one, which great minds think alike.
They do.
Which is a lightweight gun
Right.
in blue before they had them in stainless steel.
What's really cool is, like most lightweight guns, they're really great for carrying, not so good for shooting.
Well, I know people say that, and I just shot one on the show here, downstairs, and it was lightweight. Does it recoil? It does.
It does. Yes, it does. But you know what? If some guy's coming at me with a knife, I am going to be reloading before I think about how much recoil that gun had, if I ever think of it at all.
You will never notice the recoil.
That's right.
You will not hear the noise. All these things are going to happen. And here's the thing. As Bob said, you carry this gun. It's not a shooter. This isn't something I'm going to take and go to the range with and enjoy
Not all the time.
500 rounds of shooting. But you know what? I've shot these at long range. I've shot these. We've had students hit at 100 yards.
Oh, yeah.
With this gun on a steel plate.
You betcha.
And I enjoy this gun because it's something that I use every single day. I carry it. This particular one, you can see the wear marks on here.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, and they wear in the same spots
Yep.
because you carry it in that ankle holster and it's going to wear out. Now that's a great gun. Here's one of the old Smith & Wesson.
Oh, wow.
The blue box,
Blue box riveted, stapled, I guess they call that.
stapled corners.
Oh, wow. With the wax paper.
This is what they call a flat latch gun.
Right.
This gun has a flat latch on the side.
Right.
That's a flat latch too.
Compared to what this one looks like.
That's right. This actually was a flat latch, but I switched it.
Oh, is it?
Believe it or not. Just I don't know why.
Okay.
Maybe I'm an idiot.
Yeah. If you
right.
kept the flat latch, it's okay.
This also has what they call a double diamond set of grips.
Right.
It's got diamonds over each side of the grip escutcheons.
Right.
All right. Now this is the original Model 36, the J frame. Actually, not the original.
No. I was going to say, no, it's not the original. Because the original was an I-frame.
It was a different frame.
It was an I-frame. And they used the Terrier, which was the 38 Smith & Wesson, not special, 38 Smith & Wesson, or 32, kind of a banker's gun. So you could shoot somebody in the bank if they're robbing you, but wouldn't kill somebody across the street.
Right.
And it was light, slipped in the office drawer. But that originally was on the I-frame, and they decided that it wasn't really strong enough.
So they went to the
J
J
frame.
A little bit longer
Eighth of an inch longer grip.
frame. This also has, the older ones have a pin barrel. Smith & Wesson used a pin.
Right.
They pressure fit all the barrels just like they do today, and then they put a pin on there. Just one of the operations that they've taken out.
Right.
on
To
certain guns.
make the gun less expensive to manufacture.
Yeah, and honestly, I've never seen it be a problem.
You know, the only problem that I've heard is that when you remove a barrel from a new Smith & Wesson, because it is a crush fit,
Yes.
sometimes putting it back may not be quite as tight as it was. Is it going to fall out of the gun? Hell no. But not quite as tight as it was the first time they crushed it into the frame.
And if you took it to a proper gunsmith, they would have refaced it, so it would have crush fit back on there right the first time. So that's just the key. So anytime, anybody that monkeys around with a gun can ruin it.
Right.
And we've seen that a million
But you know,
times.
when you look at this gun, now obviously this is an alloy frame with a stainless steel cylinder. You look at the gun, they look exactly alike.
They sure do.
They didn't change much in the way it looks of the gun. They made it less expensive to manufacture, or maybe a little less difficult to manufacture. But it's the same gun.
And look, here's the thing. Imagine, Bob, what if that gun cost, an old blue box, 60s or 70s,
I can tell you exactly what they were. They're $71.50.
Chief Special, $71.50.
Because I bought a couple when I was a game protector, and I got police discount from the retail, which was $71.50.
And how much is that gun worth today? In the box, 100% Chief Special J-frame Model 36 round gun.
You know what? Okay, you said Chief Special. Now it's called a Model 36 because in the 60s, 50s, Smith & Wesson went from a name, military police, M&P, highway patrolman, Chief Special, to numbering system. That's now a Model 36.
Set that there.
Anybody hurt?
That's now a Model 36. But originally it was called the Chief Special.
Right.
Introduced right here in Denver, Colorado, 1950
50.
at the Chiefs of Police Convention.
At the International Association of Chiefs of Police, IACP. And Smith & Wesson ran a contest to come up with a name, and somebody won the contest. It may have been an employee, I don't really remember. They came up with the name Chief Special. And then somebody at Smith in marketing said, you know what, let's introduce the gun at the upcoming International Association of Chiefs of Police. And so they did. And I think it was actually in Colorado Springs, but it was here in Colorado for certain.
Sure.
But that's when they introduced, and you know what? Keep in mind, before this gun, they were carrying Colt Detective Specials, Colt Dicks. They were carrying 2-inch barrel Smith & Wesson Model 10s, 6-shot Model 10 frame, the M&P frame.
And Model 15s.
Model 15, 2-inch barrel, adjustable sights. This was not readily accepted.
Right.
The chief, the guy who wasn't on the front line and wasn't really that concerned, he had to be armed, but he didn't have to punch holes in paper at 50 yards.
Right. He didn't have to pass the test.
That was perfect. For a detective who rarely pulls his gun, even less rarely shoots it, it was perfect because he was armed, he was adequately armed, yet it wasn't 2 pounds of iron hanging on his hip. and making his belt.
And
stretch.
it's still got sights. It's got a rear sight,
yeah.
a front sight. It's a fixed sight.
And-
You don't have to worry about it being off. I've never really had one that didn't shoot right.
You know what? And as I said, I used to win the matches in our 50 shot, 10 event, 5 shots each event, up to 25 yards. I used to win that event more than anybody else with my little old lowly Chief Special. And guys would say, why do you do that? You can't shoot anymore, because I was beating them with their 6-inch barrel match guns, and I was ripping their knickers with a little old lowly 2.5-inch barrel Smith & Wesson, or 1 7/8-inch barrel Smith & Wesson.
It's about the shooter. The gun can perform.
Well, that's what I told them, but that's
Now, here's the thing that makes this gun so great. It's lightweight. In the stainless steel version, it's relatively rust resistant.
trouble-free.
You don't have to worry about dirt, debris, whether you're carrying it in your ankle holster, in your pocket, in a purse, anywhere that you may be
I
carrying
don't
a gun.
recommend this, but my black powder guns that are stainless steel, I do them in a dishwasher.
Don't do that with these.
Nah, I wouldn't.
This gun, the reason this is the best concealed carry gun is it's lightweight and easy to carry. If the gun's not easy to carry, if it's not comfortable, you'll stop carrying
You're
it.
not going to carry it. Exactly.
But if it's easy to carry and comfortable, you will carry it with you all the time. And the gun that you have at home is totally useless when you're out there and you need it now. So go out and get yourself a Wyatt Deep Cover 5-shot Smith & Wesson Model 637 38 caliber revolver.
And then take classes, learn how to shoot it well, and always carry it.
It doesn't matter what gun you have if you can't run it. If you can run the gun, you can save the day. The truth of the matter is, most times in self-defense, you'll never fire a shot. Just the mere positive presence of a firearm will stop the threat. So get a gun and carry it with you all the time. This is something, whatever climate you're in, whatever environment you're in, is a comfortable, great gun to carry, and you'll always, always use it. You should have 5 or 6 of these.
One for every day of the week.
Stack them up like cordwood. I mean, they should be sitting around everywhere you look.
Well, they should be everywhere you might need one.
Yeah. And the beauty of it is, you got it, it's always the same. It's serviceable, it's just the same gun. It doesn't matter which one you pick up, as long as you got the same gun, it operates the same way, and you're good to go. So thank you for watching GunsmokeGunsTV.com. We hope you got a lot out of this today. This is really the first time on the show we took you down and showed you how we make this gun. Let us know what you think. If you got suggestions, hey, if you don't think this is the best gun for concealed carry, tell us whatever you think it is. Let us know so we can say, hey, you're wrong. Thanks for watching.